Greetings. I'm Tim Sheffey, Chairman of the Board of Trustees at Cornwall Manor, and it is my pleasure to welcome you to our annual Founders Day program. With this program, we commemorate 72 years of caring for residents who make Cornwall Manor their home. Since opening our doors in 1949, Cornwall Manor has cared for a remarkable 2,526 residents. Our Founders Day celebrates our beginning, when the first 11 residents moved into the Buckingham Mansion of the Methodist home at Cornwall. As a matter of fact, we are taping this very program from the music room in the mansion. And 72 years later, caring for our residents is still at the heart of our mission. Last year, Cornwall Manor provided $1.5 million in benevolent care to our residents, most of whom are in our health center, but others are in personal care and some in residential living. In addition to our benevolent ministry, we have also continued to enhance our campus and our buildings. We will share more about these exciting updates in a few moments. But now, I would like to take this opportunity to acknowledge a group that has provided so much to Cornwall Manor. As a matter of fact, they have fulfilled their $95,000 pledge to the Today, Tomorrow, Forever, Together campaign a year ahead of schedule to name the new dining rooms in Corson Hall. In 1950, the Golden Cross Society was formed. Today, this active group is known as the Cornwall Manor Society. This wonderful group of volunteers work year-round to make life better for residents of Cornwall Manor, especially those in Corson Hall and our health center. So, on behalf of the Board of Trustees, we extend our heartfelt gratitude to all members of the Cornwall Manor Society for all they do to support our residents and our ministry. I would like also to thank our many kind and generous friends who are watching right now, who make so much possible with their unselfish giving, from providing benevolence to those in need to improving our campus and buildings and services. We would not be the fine organization that we are without all of you. So again, please accept our deepest thanks. Another special group to acknowledge are the wonderful sponsors who have made our special program possible. Our platinum sponsors are featured at the beginning of this presentation. Again, they are Highmark Blue Shield, Hurdle Callahan and Company, RKL, Certified Public Accountants and Consultants, and Wyke Capital Management. On behalf of Cornwall Manor and the Board of Trustees, I want to extend my deep appreciation to these generous supporters, as well as all our business partners who have helped us with sponsorships. You will see their listing in the credits of this video. All proceeds from this special taped program will benefit benevolent care for our residents in need. Many thanks to our trustee leadership for their faithful service and commitment to Cornwall Manor and its residents. Later in the program, we will be recognizing both our 2020 and 2021 Founders Day Award winners. This meaningful recognition goes out to those whose ongoing contributions have had a significant impact on Cornwall Manor and its residents. But before we do that, I will turn the program over to Lee Stickler, Cornwall Manor's forward-focused president and CEO.
Thank you, Tim. This marks Tim Sheffey's third time as chairman of the board of Cornwall Manor's Board of Trustees. His service dates back to 1987, and additionally, since that time, he has been a member of our Foundation Trust Committee, helping to guide and grow the ever-important endowment fund for benevolent care. We are deeply grateful to Tim for the decades of service, unwavering dedication, and exceptional leadership he has given to Cornwall Manor. Again, thank you, Tim. And now, for this unique Founders Day program, We are honored to have Adam Marles, President and CEO of Leading Age PA, an association representing more than 380 senior living organizations, who will share his insights on the future of aging for Pennsylvanians. Leading Age advocates on behalf of its members at both the state and national levels to influence positive change and a healthy vision for the delivery of quality, affordable care and services for Pennsylvania's seniors. Prior to joining Leading Age PA in 2018, Adam, who is an attorney, served on the leadership team of a large senior living provider in Pennsylvania. Adam will be leaving his position at Leading Age PA this fall to become president of Lutheran Senior Services in St. Louis, Missouri. While at Leading Age PA, Adam orchestrated the affiliation of Kairos Health Systems into Leading Age and created the Higher Education Partnership Program. He also manned the helm of this organization during an unprecedented time in its history. So without further delay, let's hear from Adam Marles.
Hi, I'm Adam Marles, President and CEO of Leading Age PA. I'm honored to be part of your Founders Day event today and to talk about the field that I've chosen to make my life's work. I didn't start out with a plan for a future career in senior services. In fact, had you told me when I was 15 or 25 that I'd work with older adults, I probably would have not taken you seriously. I had so much to learn. I worked in higher education, I practiced law, but it wasn't until I found senior living that I found my calling to make meaningful and positive impact on the lives of older adults. Like so many others, I fell into this field and quickly fell in love with it. It's places like Cornwall Manor that have that impact on people. Places that provide meaning and purpose for those they serve and incredible vocations for those who work there. The stones on the path of my life brought me to this incredible field, and it's a blessing to invite and inspire others to join us. The past 18 months hasn't made that easy, but it also hasn't dimmed my passion. In part, this time has provided me the opportunity to reflect on just how fortunate we are. While using the word fortunate in any relation to 2020 and 2021 may seem odd, the pandemic itself was beyond our control. What has been in our hands is how we react to it, how we support and serve others through it, and how we continue to be positive, push forward, and plan for the brighter future that lies ahead. Cornwall Manor has shown great strength in all of these variables. At the height of the pandemic, your residents were cared for in a way that highlighted your staff's dedication and compassion and confirmed their confidence in the care and support offered in your communities. This was a blessing, as many older adults outside of long-term care, sadly, struggled at home with little support. I could share countless stories from across our membership where staff exhibited extraordinary acts of kindness, love, and selfless service. Stories of incredible resourcefulness as many organizations creatively solved the supply challenges with PPE. Stories about frontline workers bravely accepting the calling of caring for our most vulnerable seniors. Stories of organizations working together to secure testing and vaccination capabilities that otherwise could not be accomplished individually. Stories of families and loved ones going out of their way to share their appreciation for the care and concern that providers demonstrate on a daily basis. Our members stepped up to not only provide continued care for residents, but to stand in as proxy family for many who were not able to physically be with their loved ones. They found ways to help connect loved ones through technology, car parades, and hugging walls. There are no words to express the gratitude and respect that we have, the world has, for all healthcare workers, particularly in senior services. Navigating through the first positive cases, maneuvering through the testing maze, and working to secure vaccines for residents, staff, contractors, and constituents. With every obstacle that came into their path, they found a way to push forward. As we now begin to emerge from the pandemic, we seek more ways to bring a new sense of normal back into our communities. That said, you know as well as I that the path ahead won't be easy. Like so many others during the pandemic, I spent a lot of time outdoors, especially on the section of the Appalachian Trail that runs through central Pennsylvania. At our annual conference this year, I shared that on one of my hikes, early in 2021, as the last of the ice was melting away to give way to spring, I came across a steep section of trail that was still mostly covered in snow and ice. I picked my way up, searching for exposed rock to use as a foothold to secure myself and to look for the next step. Early this year, the COVID-19 vaccines provided a similar foothold for senior living providers, a respite in the long, challenging effort to keep our communities safe. On my hike, those footholds didn't just provide a momentary break. They also served as a springboard to climb higher and build the momentum that would carry me forward. I could easily fall on the trail, so I needed to carefully pick my path. I also knew that I needed to be decisive and act, or I wouldn't be able to reach my goal. Providers are in the same place in many respects today. The vaccines allowed us to take a collective breath, to begin reopening and reuniting people, to restore the programming so critical not only to quality care, but to quality of life, and to actively envision the new normal. But the pandemic and its challenges aren't past. I remind those in the Capitol in Harrisburg and those in the media about that very thing all the time. However, we need to take this opportunity and use it as our own springboard, propelling us into the future. As an industry, we need to reconsider how we provide care, how we build, how we staff, and how we program in senior services. We need to address the challenges we're still facing every day, which include both pandemic-related concerns and those things that it exacerbated. Prior to COVID-19, nursing homes had gone 6 years without any funding increase from the state. And while we're thankful for pandemic-related support over the past year, the reality is that we're about to be in our 8th year of stagnated funding for a part of our continuum that was already chronically underfunded. Compounding that challenge is a workforce crisis unlike anything we've ever seen. Prior to the pandemic, staffing was a challenge at times. Today, senior services are more impacted than anyone. Though jobs in our field are fulfilling vocational roles, they're also difficult ones, and most people, like me initially, don't think about careers in aging services. It's incumbent upon us all to raise up this field and these roles so that we can attract the best and the brightest. Goodness knows that our older adults deserve nothing less. It's important to note that the workforce challenges will be a long-standing one. Nationally, 2035 will be the first time in our history that more people will be over the age of 65 than under the age of 18. And in the third oldest state in the country, the need for caregivers will be significant. And of course, the pandemic isn't over. As I mentioned, vaccines provided a respite, but ongoing vaccine hesitancy among many in the broader community continues to allow spread that puts those in our care at risk. And every new case brings the threat of one less person available to work. Thankfully, vaccination and availability of vaccines have largely created an environment where those most vulnerable are safe. Providers are stepping up to address these challenges and to embrace many of them as opportunities. Leading HPA members provide the best products and services in the business. Our missions and management are strong, and our care and teams are without peer. Those things have kept our organizations robust and healthy for many years. But we've gotten here without the major disruption to our organizations that other industries have felt acutely. From hotels and taxis, from Airbnb and Uber, to video stores and real estate, from Netflix and Zillow. I remind our members that if we don't become our own disruption by challenging traditional practices, taking calculated risks, and seeking out new practices and opportunities, we put ourselves at increasing risk. Those truly poised for success are actively seeking out opportunities for innovation and collaboration. I'm thrilled that I can say with confidence that Cornwall Manor is no exception. The most recent example is their leadership and participation in the Coligo Group, a small group of forward-thinking organizations that will identify opportunities to collaborate to address major challenges like workforce and technology advancement. This group aims to be a catalyst for a new vision of aging, and that kind of big-picture thinking is more critical now than ever. Cornwall Manor has been, and continues to be, a choice destination to call home because of all that you do for your residents, your staff, and for your broader community. I know that you'll continue to be a place for lives to flourish, whether they're active in retirement, receiving therapy and care, or a staff member moving through their career. You'll continue to show your residents that they can count on your compassion, care, and support through the difficult and positive times ahead, as they have through the pandemic. And you'll keep stepping up to meet the evolving challenges of senior services with forward-thinking and innovative solutions, and pushing forward by embracing opportunities to partner and collaborate for the betterment of your community. Thank you to each and every donor that has supported this incredible mission. Thank you for all that Cornwall Manor does for older adults. And thank you for the opportunity to speak to you today.
Many thanks to Adam for his inspirational message. You heard him talk about resilience and how senior communities continued to move forward during the pandemic. At Cornwall Manor, just before all of our lives were changed, the Board of Trustees voted in July of 2019 to embark on a 3-year, $2.6 million fundraising campaign to address 3 priorities: benevolent care, which is at the heart of our mission, the renovations and addition to Corson Hall, and the building of a new clubhouse at the Woods campus. We had launched the campaign by January of 2020 and then were faced with decisions to make. Should we pause? Should we continue? And if so, how will we do that in a world of social distancing? Faced with this uncertainty, our campaign cabinet decided to move forward and let our donors decide if the time was right for them to support our initiatives. Many responded positively, and as of October 2021, we have reached $2.4 million of our, or 90% of our total goal. This support comes from a variety of sources, both on and off our campuses. I'm proud to say that 100% of the Board of Trustees and the executive leadership team have made a gift to the campaign. I'm equally proud of our team members who have formed a committee to make gifts and hold fundraisers to name the resident snack station at Corson Hall and the Clubhouse Cafe. To date, 1/3 of our independent living residents have already made a commitment to the campaign. Now, with the increased costs of everything, including labor, food, supplies, building materials, and the list goes on, that exceeding our goal would be a much-needed blessing. So my deepest thanks to all of our thoughtful donors who've already made their commitment. But if you're interested in supporting the campaign and have not yet done so, please contact Vicki Ditzler, our Vice President for Advancement, to discuss giving options. The campaign continues through the end of 2022, so there is still time to give. Our Corson Hall renovations and additions are basically complete. We fully renovated the existing building and added a major addition to provide a total of 36 units. All rooms and baths are private and feature a personal display case at the entry to each unit. We know everyone would like to have an in-person tour, and when conditions improve and state rules allow, we hope to do so. You've heard that before. In the meantime, we do have an alternative. Under strict precautions, we had a video produced by Curtis Dubinsky of Backyard Productions that will take us through the building, showing many of both the new and renovated spaces. So let's take a look. We still have signs to add for the named spaces supported by our generous donors, as well as some finishing touches to complete. But all in all, we can agree that it turned out quite special. Our residents are well pleased with their new home, and that's the best feedback we could ask for. So now we will turn our attention to the clubhouse, which is the other capital project of this campaign. Located at the Woods campus, the new clubhouse will feature a fitness room, cafe, theater, meeting space, club room, large performing arts center, and a dining room with seasonal outdoor seating overlooking the pond. With the help of the Cornerstone Design Architects team, we now get a peek into the future. Completing this new space for the enjoyment of all residents will be a walking path around the pond and village green area with a pavilion for outdoor gatherings. Site design and permitting is underway with tentative groundbreaking planned for late spring of 2022. We hope that seeing this design will encourage residents and others to support this exciting new project. Our marketing department has also stayed busy with our newest neighborhood in the Woods, having only 2 of 30 lots remaining in the Pines, the last scheduled development of houses. Future plans include apartments that will actually connect to the clubhouse. Now, in addition to launching a campaign amid a pandemic and building a neighborhood of 30 new homes, you know that we didn't let any grass grow under our feet. Instead, we decided to grow vegetables. How? We formed a collaboration with the Rodale Institute in 2021 to create the Trailside Organic Farm on the Cornwall Manor campus. Rodale Institute is a nonprofit organization dedicated to growing the organic movement through rigorous research, farmer training, and consumer education. Widely considered the global leader in regenerative organic agriculture, Rodale Institute has been researching best practices of organic agriculture and sharing findings with farmers, scientists, and consumers throughout the world since 1947. That's 2 years before Cornwall Manor began. Through this partnership, a certified organic farm will be created at Cornwall Manor. Development and management of the farm will be led by Rodale Institute's team of industry experts. Cornwall Manor is proud to be the first retirement community to partner with Rodale Institute. Both organizations see this project as having the potential to serve as a model for other retirement communities across the country. Organic food is garnering increased attention among senior living organizations as a means to not only prevent disease, but improve health outcomes. So, leadership sought to partner with the industry experts at Rodale Institute to establish the Trailside Organic Farm at Cornwall Manor to support our wellness philosophy that each resident is entitled to enjoy and maintain the highest level of health, dignity, independence, and activity. The Trailside Organic Farm will begin as a 2-acre certified organic farm located on Cornwall Manor's Woods campus adjacent to the Lebanon Valley Rail Trail. Utilizing Rodale Institute's expertise, the farm will provide residents with healthy food choices that support their health, the environment, and overall well-being. To date, site preparations for the farm have begun, and a farm manager, Ian Frederick, has been hired. Seasonal produce from the farm is expected to arrive in Cornwall Manor dining rooms by the fall of 2022. As our harvest increases over time, Cornwall Manor residents and team members will also have the ability to purchase fresh organic farm products for personal use. Now let's take a moment to learn a bit more about our friends from Rodale Institute.
The Rodale Institute is a nonprofit research and education facility that works in the area of organic farming. And what we're really trying to do is create opportunities for farmers to have a positive impact on the soil that they're working, have a positive impact on their community, and have a positive impact on the planet.
We have the capacity to transform not only the way we farm, but what and how we eat. We're literally changing the way food is produced around the world, and we're doing that by putting hard science to this idea of organic agriculture.
In the last 50 to 70 years, the adoption of chemical, conventional agricultural approach has depleted and degraded our soils. It has caused chemicals to get into our food system, and quite honestly, it's made us sick. We'd like to say that our research is a catalyst for change. We have 3 research priorities: expanding regenerative organic agriculture, reducing the impacts of climate change, and solving food insecurity by growing healthier food.
We need more organic farmers. We need them to be successful. And here at the Rodale Institute, we are training the next generation of farmers. Students learn a variety of skills while they're here at the farm. They can learn about livestock management, they can learn about vegetable production, apiary management, and how to run the business of a farm.
Regenerative organic agriculture is a farming production system that focuses on the ideas and concepts around continuous improvement.
By adopting regenerative practices, we have the opportunity to not only feed people, but feed people food that's healthy, that makes them healthy, and at the same time improves the environment.
The farming systems trial is the longest running side-by-side comparison of organic and conventional farming systems. It's about 40 years old. This research is very useful, not just for organic farmers, but conventional growers as well. What we found was that there is no statistical difference in yields between the organic and conventional system. In fact, when there's drought, organic system is producing 31% more yields than the conventional system. That's why I'm excited, because I know that what we are trying to promote here can actually feed the world.
The vegetable systems trial is a trial to compare the nutritional quality in vegetables produced side by side in conventional and organic systems. We want to prove that the nutrient quality is improved by improving the soil health.
For more than 260 years, industrial hemp was a major crop in Pennsylvania. We know that it has over 25,000 uses.
Hemp can be used for many things. There's fiber, which we have here. It can be used for clothing, rope, and building material. Being able to replace other products with hemp is a benefit because farming hemp, it's much more sustainable.
What drives me and what drives the work of Rodale Institute is the fact that our work literally holds in it one of the solutions to the world's greatest problems right now. If we fix the way we farm, we heal so many dimensions of our planet and humanity.
There's a lot of reasons to be hopeful for the future. We can have a positive impact on climate change, a positive impact on soil degradation. We can even improve the wages of farm workers and rural communities around the world. Looking into the future, we're very optimistic because the future is organic.
Because the future is organic.
because the future is organic.
Hi, my name is Jeff Moyer, and I'm the CEO of Rodale Institute, a nonprofit and global leader in regenerative organic agriculture, headquartered in Kutztown, Pennsylvania. I'm happy to be here today to celebrate the partnership between Rodale Institute and Cornwall Manor during the Founders Day event. While a research farm and a continuing care community may seem like an odd partnering, Rodale Institute and Cornwall Manor are actually the perfect match. At our cores, we are both organizations deeply concerned with the health and well-being of people. Access to food, free of chemicals, in an environment that is tailored for quality of life is essential to creating a future that is based on human health and happiness. The establishment of the Cornwall Manor Rodale Institute Trailside Organic Farm puts Cornwall Manor at the forefront of innovation and an example of how the future of retirement can look. The Cornwall Manor Rodale Institute Trailside Organic Farm is an opportunity to combine the health benefits of organic food and farming with the improved longevity of community living. Cornwall Manor residents will receive food grown at the highest organic standard right in their backyard. This is a future that is filled with the healthy organic food, open spaces, and time spent in nature, and appreciation for the holistic nature of an organic food system. We're incredibly grateful to Cornwall Manor for allowing us to bring regenerative organic agriculture to a new and impassioned audience, and for paving the way to a future of human health. I know that Cornwall Manor's new farm manager, Ian Frederick, as well as our Rodale Institute Farm Director, Rick Carr, will bring the best of Rodale Institute to Lebanon County. Thank you again for this great opportunity, and happy Founders Day.
We are grateful to our friends at the Rodale Institute for partnering with us to enhance the health and well-being of our residents and our environment. Relationships such as this are so important to our future because we all know that it takes people working together to accomplish great things. Here at Cornwall Manor, we have been able to do some quite remarkable things over the years, thanks to the generosity of many people. We're now going to recognize some of those special people. I will ask Jeannie Arnold, a member of the Cornwall Manor Board of Trustees, to start off our recognition program.
A few years ago, Cornwall Manor started a new giving program called GEM. This stands for Giving Every Month. We are so grateful that we have supporters who feel so strongly about our mission that they make monthly sustaining gifts of support. Today, I would like to recognize our newest gems. In 2020, we added Mr. and Mrs. William G. Clement, Mr. and Mrs. William J. Gilday, Mr. and Mrs. Stephen Grubbs. In 2021, we added Dr. Joseph Baring, Mrs. Jeanette Hunkins, Mr. and Mrs. Ted McGuire, and Mr. and Mrs. Charles Willis. In each year, we also had several others who wished to remain anonymous. On behalf of the Board of Trustees and residents, we sincerely thank you. And now I would like to move to recognize our Legacy Circle members. Just as Margaret Buckingham stated in her will that she wanted this beautiful estate to be used for a charitable purpose, many people who have come after her have made wonderful things happen for Cornwall Manor through bequests and estate planning. In 2011, we formed a recognition society and called it our Legacy Circle, since its members are leaving their impact and their legacy for our future. Today we have over 90 individuals in the Legacy Circle, which recognizes the generous individuals who have included Cornwall Manor in their wills or trusts. Thanks to these legacy gifts, Cornwall Manor has been able to add to our endowment fund for benevolent care, provide peace of mind to our residents each year who have limited resources, and add tangible improvements and enhancements to our campus and programs. Please join me now in welcoming newest members to the Legacy Circle. In 2020, in addition to several new members who wish to remain anonymous, we add Vicki and Michael Ditzler. And in 2021, we welcome Donna Waltemeyer again, along with several others who wish to remain anonymous. Legacy gifts received through 2020 totaled over $16 million. I would like to take this opportunity to recognize a few more Legacy Circle members: Betty Ressler, Ruth Talley, and Evelyn Moore. Betty Ressler was a resident of the Carriage House and passed away in 2018. Just before Betty was about to move to Cornwall Manor, she had a fall that required her first stay with us to be in our health center rather than her Carriage House apartment. She recuperated in the health center for several months before moving into the Carriage House, and she shared how grateful she was for the compassionate care she received. It was then that she decided to make Cornwall Manor a primary beneficiary of her estate, which was received in 2020. She designated her bequest for benevolent care to help her fellow residents in need. We are truly sorry to have lost Betty, but gratefully appreciate her meaningful generosity. Evelyn Moore was a resident at Cornwall Manor for 26 years, first living in a home on Treetop Circle and later residing in our health center. Her thoughtful bequest was received in 2019, designated to support benevolent care. Both Betty and Evelyn are missed by their friends and by our staff. In 1963, Ruth Talley of the Philadelphia area created a trust to benefit 5 United Methodist affiliated organizations, of which Cornwall Manor was one of those. Ruth was a devoted Methodist and got to know each of the organizations she chose to support. Her trust was designed to pay income to her niece, and upon her niece's passing, to be distributed to the 5 nonprofit organizations. We received Ruth's generous gift in 2020, designated for benevolent care, and are so grateful to her for her vision and planning. Again, we are most grateful to these Legacy Circle members for their planning, vision, and generosity, for supporting and furthering Cornwall Manor's mission through philanthropy. And now I will ask Tim Sheffey, Board of Trustee Chair, to return to recognize our newest Cornwall Manor faithful friends and Buckingham Society members. Thank you.
We like to share a writing from William Shakespeare. Words are easy, like the wind, but faithful friends are hard to find. Cornwall Manor has been blessed with many faithful friends who have consistently and remarkably supported our mission for 20 years or more. Now, I would like to recognize the newest additions to that widening circle of friends and extend our deepest gratitude to them for their steadfast support. I would like to recognize and make aware to you these new faithful friends of Cornwall Manor. Second to my left, John McElhenney, a resident of Bradley Hall. Immediately to my left, the Reverend Robert C. Pike, a resident of Corson Hall. Left rear, as it were, Bob Robertson, a member of the Cornwall Manor Foundation Trust Committee. To my far right, Paul and Joy Weidman. Paul is Cornwall Manor's Vice President of Plant Operations. And to my immediate right, Dr. James Work and his wife, Doris, residents in Gatehouse Lane. Also, Peter Piles Jr., a former member of the Board of Trustees and General Manager of Roland's Funeral Home, is a part of this esteemed group and could not be with us today. Thank you all. Your ongoing commitment and support to Cornwall Manor is truly appreciated. Next, I will recognize our newest Buckingham Society members, Margaret Coleman Freeman Buckingham, who stated in her will that she wished for her estate to be used for a charitable purpose after her death, is considered to be Cornwall Manor's first philanthropist. The Buckingham Society recognizes individuals who have continued that tradition of philanthropy at the highest levels as members of the Buckingham Society. A complete list of Buckingham Society members can be seen on the Cornwall Manor tree sculpture, which is proudly displayed in Freeman Community Center. Our newest members are 2020 Buckingham Society members in alphabetical order are Winnie and Bill Brill. Winnie and Bill, would you join me at the podium, please?
Thank you.
Thank you.
Winnie and Bill are Cornwall Manor residents living on Sassafras Drive in the Woods campus since 2013. Winnie received her Bachelor of Arts degree from Millersville University, and Bill his Bachelor of Arts degree from Franklin and Marshall College, and his master's degree from Villanova University. Bill was also a graduate of the Milton Hershey School and Winnie of Hershey High School. Winnie enjoyed a career in teaching elementary and nursery school students while raising their 3 children. Today, they have 5 grandchildren. Bill started his career working for the Burroughs Corporation and then joined General Electric in the aerospace business division and information services business with his retirement in 1997. Both Winnie and Bill were Sunday school teachers at their church, Potomac Presbyterian in Maryland. Bill was on the finance committee and served as church treasurer for over 30 years. Bill received the prestigious Milton Hershey School Alumni Service Award after serving as a member of the Alumni Association. Bill is a current member of the Cornwall Manor Board of Trustees on the Finance Committee and is a member of the campaign cabinet for the Today, Tomorrow, Forever, Together campaign. Bill and Winnie support Cornwall Manor, stating, "We agree with Cornwall Manor's values, starting with the Christian traditions of truth, faith, and compassion. We have been here almost 9 years and have been impressed with the caring community and the devotion to service of the Cornwall Manor staff and employees." Winnie and Bill, thank you. And as a token of appreciation, we have a Cornwall Manor clock for you.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Next, we would like to recognize the Reverend Dr. Robert Hoffman and his wife, Mary Ann Hoffman. Bob has joined me here at the lectern. Mary Ann was not able to be with us today. The Hoffmans have been residents of the Woods since October of 2016. Bob is a graduate of Albright College with a degree in sociology. He then went on to receive his Master of Divinity from United Theological Seminary and Doctor of Ministry from Drury University. He's an ordained elder in the United Methodist Church and served in 5 different parishes in the Eastern Pennsylvania Conference of the United Methodist Church and served as district superintendent in the greater Lancaster area, overseeing 80 churches. Bob was a member of the Cornwall Manor Board of Trustees when the Woods property was purchased and is currently serving again on the board. Mary Ann is a graduate of Wright State University with her Bachelor of Science degree in psychology and then received her certificate in physical therapy from the University of Pennsylvania and her Master of Science in Health Administration from St. Joseph's University. She has had her license in Pennsylvania since 1971 to the present to practice physical therapy. Mary Ann founded the physical therapy department at Evangelical Manor and held the position of Director of Rehabilitation for Manor Care. Mary Ann is just finishing up her term as president of the Cornwall Manor Society. Bob and Mary Ann have 2 sons and 4 grandchildren. They shared that they contribute to Cornwall Manor's ministry because it is a place of growth and compassion based on the Christian principles of love, inclusiveness, and nurturing. Much appreciation to both of you for the service and support that you've provided to Cornwall Manor. And as a token of appreciation, Bob, we have this special Cornwall Manor clock to provide for you and Mary Ann.
Thank you very much, Tim. And we love it here at Cornwall Manor, and I appreciate this recognition. It's very nice.
Next, we recognize Diane Pomeroy. Diane, would you join me, please? Diane has been living on Ash Court in the Woods since July of 2012. Diane has her Bachelor of Science degree in elementary education and Master of Divinity degrees. Diane taught elementary school for 7 years, 2 years in Ketchikan, Alaska, and 5 years in New Hampshire. Then she attended seminary and received her Master of Divinity from Andover Newton Theological School. Her first position was Minister of Christian Education at the First Baptist Church of Washington, D.C., the church where Jimmy Carter and his family attended when he was president. And though she was there after his presidency, she had the joy of meeting the Carters when they came back to visit. After 3 years in D.C., she was called to be pastor of an American Baptist church in Madison, New Hampshire, where she served for 7 years, then to Warrenville, Illinois for 11 years, and Pawtucket, Rhode Island for 5 years, before retiring and moving to Cornwall Manor. Diane is an active member of St. Andrew's Presbyterian Church. Her husband, George Pomeroy, was a minister in the Presbyterian Church, where he served for many years. When George retired, he became active in the churches Diane served. She used to tell him, "Honey, you have been such a good Baptist with me. When I retire, I will be a Presbyterian with you." And she kept her word. Diane is a deacon at St. Andrew's Presbyterian Church in Lebanon and serves on the worship committee, sings in the choir, and leads the grief support group. Diane is the stepmother of George's 2 children and his granddaughter. Cornwall Manor is grateful to you for your thoughtful generosity. And as a token of our appreciation, I have this Cornwall Manor clock to provide for you.
Thank you so very much.
Our final 2020 Buckingham Society members are Deborah and Lee Stickler. Lee is our Cornwall Manor president and CEO. Lee received his bachelor with highest distinction degree from Penn State University. He is a certified public accountant with a current Pennsylvania license and is a licensed nursing home administrator. Before joining Cornwall Manor as our chief financial officer in 1988, Lee held various accounting and healthcare administration positions. Deborah received her associate degree in business management from Harrisburg Area Community College and had a 40-plus year career at the Lebanon VA Medical Center in information technology and administrative positions. Lee and Deb have 2 children and 2 grandchildren. The Sticklers support Cornwall Manor's ministry because they believe the mission is consistent with their values and beliefs. Thank you, Lee and Deb. As a token of our appreciation, we have this special Cornwall Manor clock to present to you.
That's beautiful. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
I appreciate that.
Our 2021 members include Joe and Marie Barnett, who have joined me at the podium. Joe and Marie have lived at Cornwall Manor since 2012. Joe received his Bachelor of Science degree in electrical engineering from Drexel University. Joe worked his entire career with Henkels & McCoy as a corrosion engineer, division manager, purchasing manager, and performance department manager. Joe is a registered professional engineer, lifetime member of the United Methodist Church, and volunteer with Big Brothers Big Sisters of Chester County, Lebanon County United Way, Lebanon County Christian Ministries, and the Hearing Loss Association. Marie graduated from Chester County Hospital School of Nursing. In addition to being a housewife and mother, Marie worked as a registered nurse at Chester County Hospital, York Hospital, Memorial Hospital, and with various doctor's offices. She is a lifetime member of the United Methodist Church and has been a volunteer with Lebanon County Christian Ministries. At Cornwall Manor, Joe and Marie are very active. They are both involved with Horizons, the Cornwall Manor Society Blooms and More event, and as resident representatives. Marie is also a male collator and active in Bible study. Joe is involved with the Caring Friend Program, Poetry Group, Railroad Club, Hearing Loss Support Group, and is a chapel usher and liturgist. The Barnetts have 2 daughters and 3 grandchildren. Joe and Marie say that they support Cornwall Manor because of the care and compassion exhibited by the staff and residents. According to the Barnetts, the facilities are great, but the people are what make Cornwall Manor special. They said, "We have experienced this firsthand since Marie's mother moved here in 2006, and then when we moved in 2012. Thank you, Joe and Marie, for being members of the Cornwall Manor family. And as a token of our appreciation, I have for you this Cornwall Manor clock."
Thank you.
Next, we would like to recognize Dr. George H. Connor, who has joined me here at the podium. George received his Bachelor of Arts degree from Lake Forest College, his Bachelor of Science degree, medical degree, and completed his residency in otolaryngology from the University of Illinois. His career in medicine included holding positions in the United States Navy. He was an associate professor of otolaryngology at the University of Illinois, chief of otolaryngology at Henry Ford Hospital, otolaryngologist and chief at Johns Hopkins University, associate professor of otolaryngology at Rush Medical College, professor of otolaryngology and head and neck surgery at Penn State University, chief of otolaryngology at the United States Veterans Hospital in Lebanon, and consultant at Good Samaritan Hospital in Lebanon. Dr. Connor is a member of the American Academy of Otolaryngology, Pennsylvania Academy of Otolaryngology, American Bronchoesophageal Society, St. Luke's Episcopal Church, Swatara Creek Watershed Association, and Lebanon Valley Conservancy. George and his late wife Betty have 4 children and 2 grandchildren. At Cornwall Manor, George is involved with the Arts for Wellness Initiative and the Dining Room Committee. George shared with us the reasons that he and his late wife Betty supported Cornwall Manor. He said, "Because we moved around the country, we were acquainted with other retirement communities. When we arrived to Lebanon, we learned about Cornwall Manor from friends and were impressed with its commitment to its residents and to the highest standards of care and support. Cornwall Manor is totally committed to its residents to a degree that we did not see elsewhere. The fact that Cornwall Manor is a nonprofit organization was very significant to us. Thank you, Dr. Connor, for your thoughtful support of Cornwall Manor's ministry. And as a token of our appreciation, we have a special Cornwall Manor clock to provide for you.
At my stage of the game, a clock will come in handy. And kind of like, they give a retiree a watch so that he can watch the time go by when he hasn't got anything to do. We have felt very blessed to be here. During this terrible pandemic, I felt we were protected in a very thoughtful but thorough manner, and our numbers reflect that. We have found that while we were here, you could see that the people here were happy. They greeted us, it's always with a smile. People you don't know say hello to you. And we did not see things like that every place else. So this is a remarkable spot. We were fortunate enough to have lived nearby so that we knew about it over the years. And I guess if I had a regret, I would say I was sorry we didn't do it sooner. But we've been here, and I think we are extremely well and thoughtfully cared for. And I hope I can enjoy it for a time longer.
We hope you can too.
Well, thank you.
Next, we would like to recognize Jane T. Fan, who has joined me here at the lectern. Jane has been a resident in the Woods since May of 2019. She received her master's degree in organic chemistry from the University of Minnesota and her Bachelor of Science degree from the University of Taiwan. Jane held positions of research assistant at the Park Davis Pharmaceutical Company, part-time research assistant at the University of Michigan, part-time college lecturer in physics and chemistry at the University of Michigan, Dearborn campus, and Madonna College, all before becoming a primary patent examiner in the chemical area for the Patent and Trademark Office of the Department of Commerce. Jane was also a church deacon for 8 years in the Northern Virginia Chinese Christian Church, and then a church deacon in the Northern Virginia Grace Baptist Church before moving to Cornwall Manor. Jane is the proud mother of 2 sons and has 3 grandsons and 2 granddaughters. Jane's late husband, Dr. William Fan, received his PhD in civil engineering from the University of Michigan and worked for the Ford Motor Company before his employment with the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration. He was one of the inventors of automobile airbags. He made all the rules for front crashes and side impact crashes during auto incidents. He is credited for saving thousands of lives. Jane stated that since she is relatively new and moved in just before the COVID lockdown, she hasn't had much opportunity to join in any activities yet at Cornwall Manor, but shared that she supports Cornwall Manor's ministry because God has been very good to her. She said, "Cornwall Manor is such a good place for me to live. I like to give thanks to the Lord through my giving. All glory to God." Jane, thank you for your generosity to Cornwall Manor. And as a token of our appreciation,
Thank you.
we have a special Cornwall Manor clock to give to you.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Next, we would like to recognize Linda and Ralph Jacobus, who unfortunately could not be with us today. But they have been residents living at the Woods campus since 2013, when they moved from Maryland. Ralph received his Bachelor of Arts degree and Master of Arts degree in music education from Glassboro State College. Linda received her Bachelor of Science degree in biology from Grove City College and her Master of Divinity from Wesley Theological Seminary. During his career, Ralph was a member of the United States Naval Academy Band, Glee Club accompanist, a high school band director, music teacher, Continental Airlines operations agent, an organist for Calvary United Methodist Church in Annapolis, Colesville United Methodist Church in Silver Springs, Maryland, and Community Church in Ocean Pines, Maryland. Linda was a high school biology teacher and an ordained member of the clergy of the United Methodist Church. She served as pastor of Severna Park United Methodist Church, Edgewater, Salem, Baltimore, and Colesville United Methodist Churches. She also served as district superintendent of the Frederick District of the Baltimore-Washington Conference of the United Methodist Church. Ralph is a member of the American Guild of Organists, and Linda is a retired elder of the Baltimore-Washington Conference of the United Methodist Church, a member of Lions Club International, and works with the Cornwall community Cats to Trap, helping to spay and neuter feral cats. At Cornwall Manor, Ralph was one of the organists at their chapel. Together, Ralph and Linda coordinated greeters at the health center from 2016 through 2018. They both serve as cabinet members of the Today, Tomorrow, Forever, Together campaign, and Linda plays handbells in the Zur Chapel Handbell Choir. Ralph and Linda have told us that we are supportive of the mission and ministry of Cornwall Manor because we believe that since Cornwall Manor is now our home, we have a responsibility to support it both in our giving and our volunteer efforts. We are especially proud of the Benevolent Care Fund at Cornwall Manor that supports those who are in financial need. Our deepest thanks go to Linda and Ralph for their stewardship and service to Cornwall Manor. We would also like to recognize Bonnie C. Tenney, who unfortunately could also not be with us today. Bonnie has been a resident of Cornwall Manor since October of 2016. She received her associate degree in business administration from the American University of Beirut in Beirut, Lebanon, and a second associate degree in business from Lebanon Valley College. In addition to being the mother of 3, she was a secretary at Lebanon Valley College. Bonnie is a member of St. Andrew's Presbyterian Church in Lebanon and participates in their handbell choir. Bonnie has shared with us that she and her late husband, Ed, supported Cornwall Manor's ministry because they strongly believe in our mission. We are grateful to Bonnie Tenney for her generosity and support to Cornwall Manor. We also have a few members who wish to remain anonymous, but we want to express our sincere thanks to them as well. So, a very special thank you goes out to each and every one of our new Buckingham Society members for their generous giving spirit. And now, Lee Stickler will present our 2020 and 2021 Founders Day Awards. Lee?
And now for our Founders Day Award. The Cornwall Manor Founders Day Award is presented annually to an individual or individuals whose extraordinary commitment to Cornwall Manor has had a significant impact on our ministry. It is my privilege to present the 2020 Founders Day Award to all Cornwall Manor residents and team members. 2020 challenged us as never before, and I could not be prouder of our residents and their response to all of the necessary measures that were put in place and sacrifices they've endured to keep themselves, their families, and neighbors safe, or of my teammates for their selfless and yes, even heroic actions to go above and beyond by doing all in their power to protect our residents. They came together displaying a caring call to action to help each other rise and stay strong. I will never forget witnessing the undeniable spirit of the Cornwall Manor family amid so much change, and the many acts of kindness shown as we supported one another through the toughest of times. We had and still have residents making masks for one another. We saw residents show their appreciation for staff by hanging signs from their homes and apartments. Our residents took up a very generous collection for grocery gift cards for staff. Our staff showed appreciation for one another with luminary walkways for our second and third shift nurses. Staff held a parade for our Corson Hall and Health Center residents to lift their spirits during their isolation. These are just a few examples of what we saw happening at Cornwall Manor. The duration and impacts of this pandemic are wearisome for all of us. As we remember and grieve those tragically taken by the virus, we also stand resilient and united together as one caring community. For these reasons, and so many more, you are all deserving of the 2020 Founders Day Award. Accepting on behalf of the residents is Residents Association President, the Reverend Dr. Bob Hoffman, and representing our team members, we have Melissa Boyer from Dining Services, Jocelyn Schaefer from Health Center Activities, and Dave Spancake, the Assistant Housekeeping Manager. Please join me as I am proud to present all of you with the 2020 Founders Day Award. This award will be prominently displayed in our Freeman Hall Community Center, and it reads, presented to Cornwall Manor residents and team members for their caring call to action to help us rise and stay strong throughout the pandemic. Bob, would you like to say a few words?
I would. I just want to say, on behalf of the residents, thank you so much for this. It's wonderful to be in a community where we are able to be together with caring and with cooperation, especially during a hard time such as the pandemic. And a special word of thanks on behalf of the residents to the administration and the staff, because they have done a wonderful job in keeping us all healthy and safe during a difficult time. And even with the labor shortage, which is throughout our nation right now, they have had to work extra hard and have done it with graciousness and with love. And we thank you for that.
It's our honor to celebrate the residents of Cornwall Manor and serve them. Thank you.
Thank
Thank you.
Thank you all, team. Well done.
Thank you.
Now for our 2021 Founders Day Award presentation. It is my privilege to present this award to Chuck Cray, President of Hershey Care Pharmacy. Chuck and his team from Hershey Care have been working tirelessly to provide life-saving vaccines and now booster shots throughout our region, especially to our most vulnerable populations. They have been such a wonderful partner to Cornwall Manor, first administering vaccines to our residents on January 30th, 2021. We were one of the first communities to be able to offer this service. They have continued on-site clinics every month since then to provide vaccines and booster shots to residents and employees as well. The owner of Hershey Care and Hershey Pharmacy, Chuck, has been a resident of Central Pennsylvania for over 60 years, having been raised in the Palmyra area. For the more than 4 decades of his adult life, he has been dedicated to serving the pharmacy needs of his community. Chuck earned his pharmacy degree from Duquesne University and worked in various retail pharmacies before opening his first store in 1982. Drawing on the principles of personal service and commitment to community, Chuck has also spent the last 37 years developing a retirement community pharmacy service business, Hershey Care. Separate from the retail pharmacy operations, Hershey Care provides pharmacy services to numerous long-term care facilities in central Pennsylvania. With a second generation infusing the family business, Hershey Care has continued to make advancements through leading-edge technology and outstanding personalized service. Chuck is married to Sarah Coulter Cray for 43 years, and they have 3 children, Sandra, David, and Michael. Cornwall Manor has had a relationship with Hershey Care since 2010, and I cannot begin to express how much we value the professionalism and personalized customer service we receive from the entire staff at Hershey Care. They have also been supporters of our benevolent ministry, sponsoring our Founders Day program for many years. When other communities were having difficulty obtaining the vaccine, Hershey Care stepped up and responded to meet the challenge. As a part of our campus health services, Hershey Care delivers prescriptions 6 days a week, providing a valuable service to our residents so they don't have to leave campus to obtain their essential medications. Medication delivery occurs 7 days a week for Corson Hall and the Health Center. We look forward to continuing our partnership, including providing an on-site pharmacy for our residents in the future. Again, our Founders Day recognition goes to an individual or individuals whose extraordinary commitment to Cornwall Manor has had a significant impact on our ministry. So, through all their efforts to keep our residents and employees safe, Hershey Care, led by Chuck Cray and the Cray family, are well deserving of this award. Chuck, the award reads, presented to Hershey Care and the Cray family for their extraordinary commitment to Cornwall Manor in providing exceptional, vital service to its residents and team members throughout the pandemic. Thank you. Chuck, would you like to say a few words?
Thank you. That's beautiful. Thank you, Lee. Thank you to all the Cornwall Manor family. I can't tell you what a blessing it is to be in a partnership with Cornwall Manor. For the last 10, 11 years, it's been a great relationship. And you can tell when you're in a partnership with somebody and when you're just a vendor. You can tell the spirit when you walk on campus, and Cornwall Manor is just the premier long-term care retirement community in our area, and it's just wonderful to be that partner. This last year has been one of the most joyous in our life. It's also been one of the most challenging. Back in January when we found out we were getting vaccine, I quickly went to my entire team and said, I'm going to ask everybody to step up because we're going to be doing this for a while. I never dreamed we'd be doing it for probably about 10 months now, but my team went above and beyond anything I could have ever asked for. Every one of my pharmacists and techs have been doing clinics almost every day, 6-7 days a week. We're soon going to hit 50,000 vaccinations. And to see the look on people's faces, especially in the beginning with the joy that they were being protected from this COVID-19 pandemic, was just a work of love. We've had such a good time doing this. And again, I am just so grateful to be partnering with Cornwall Manor and the wonderful way that they take care of their residents and community. Lee, thank you so much.
Thank you, Chuck. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
And as you can see, there's no doubt why Hershey Care Pharmacy and Chuck Cray have been selected the recipients of the 2021 Founders Day Award. His description says it all. They were lifesavers for Cornwall Manor residents and team members. Thank you. Congratulations to all residents and team members for the 2020 award, and to Chuck Cray, his family, and Hershey Care Pharmacy for receiving the 2021 award. What well-deserved honors. On behalf of the Board of Trustees, staff, and residents, congratulations to all who were recognized today. Thanks to our sponsors and to everyone who is watching, and to all those who are part of this wonderful community. Now, the Reverend Dr. Bob Hoffman will offer a closing blessing.
Thank you, Lee. Let us pray. Good and grateful God, you are a God of love and have given us so much. And we give you thanks for all your blessings that come in so many different ways. Especially today, we give you thanks for Cornwall Manor. We give you thanks for the Christian values that have guided it over the years. The love, the inclusiveness, the faith that enriches all of our lives. We give you thanks for the heritage that has been left to us, and for all the dedicated people of the past who have sacrificed to give us this gift. We pray too for those presently who have gone through a difficult time in this past year. We give you thanks for their commitment. We give you thanks for their dedication as well, for their caring and the love for the residents. And we give you thanks too for the residents and for all of us pulling together during this time. We give you thanks too, O Lord, for the opportunity to be able to share in the wonderful legacy that is Cornwall Manor, and that we can look forward to the future. We pray, O Lord, that all of us might be committed together as a community of people together, so that future generations can enjoy this wonderful heritage and legacy. And we pray that as we go together, knowing, O Lord, that you continue to lead us and guide us every day. We pray that we might always remember the words of the prophet so many centuries ago, who reminded us to do justice, to love kindness, and to walk humbly with our God. And so, Almighty God, we give you thanks, and we commit ourselves again to the work and to the privilege to which you have called us here at Cornwall Manor. We pray in your name. Amen.